So background blur, this affects whatever sits underneath a translucent layer. So the element reads a frosted or glass-like. This is the main tool for glassmorphism. It is an effect that softens whatever is behind a translucent layer. Instead of blurring the layer itself, it blurs the content underneath, then creates a frosted glass-like surface and feels modern, soft, and premium. Okay, yeah. So before the advent of the glass effect, background blur was used to achieve glassmorphism. So let's try out something. Let's say this is I reduce it. Let me do background blur. Mm, so bring reference F. So oh, let's try it. Let's see. You can see the progressive blur. You can do uniform blur. Anyone you want to do. In its can you see? They've achieved our glassmorphism. Can still do 60. Can you see? Then I could create something. Create an ellipse. Ctrl Z. An ellipse. And I. So Ctrl X. Ctrl X. Ctrl C. Yes. So let's make this 1E. Can you see it's creating? This is already very visible. This is already very visible. Can you see the glassmorphism that he has created already? Just to make it more, can you see? It's making it transparent just to make it, can you see? It's making it transparent for your glassmorphism effect. And decide to still increase your glassmorphism effect. And yeah, that's just how to create glassmorphism. So it's related with layer blur. Wow. But there are two different things. So we have the noise effect. So this effect adds grains or speckles to a layer of or a tactical organic feel. You can control size, density, and color mode. So it is subtle or bold. Noise is especially used for modern UIs because it helps to break the noise or very clean. It helps to break the plastic or very clean digital look. Just a small amount makes background feel more organic and prevents large flat areas from looking empty or dull. So that's just it. It helps give a flat surface a redefinition. So let's get to see how noise effect is. So get this and duplicate it. How do we duplicate? Hold on to your Control D, hit on it, Control D, or you hold on to your Alt and you drag out. That is how you duplicate. So we have I and make it back to 100 and we go back to here. Can you see? So it has modo and multi, whichever way you want to do it, your noise particles, how you want it to be. the density you want it to be, the color. This place you can change to colors. This Figma gives you multi-colors. So it's just your choice on how to do it. One noise controls how the noise goes, right? That density represents, the color itself, how it will appear. Then this is the opacity. Basically, it's quite easy. We have what you can control in noise effect size. Okay, I talk about that. Control how large the grain particles are. Small sizes are soft and subtle. Large sizes feel bold and textured. Can control density. Adjust how many particles appear inside the layer. How density adds gentle grains. High density creates more dramatic texture pattern. So can you see the density, the noise size, and the color? So yeah. So the color mode, we have mono and duo and multi. So mono uses one, which is great. Duo uses two, and multi adds more vibrant or artistic. So we have texture effects. The texture effect applies procedural textures that distresses edges or adds roughness to a shape. Useful for tactical UI's teams to avoid flatness. Figma supports a dedicated texture text effect with size, radius, and clip to shape options. So this is texture effect here in view. This is it here. Can you use it in to create a map? Can use it to create a map how you want this. Maybe you're doing a design and this is what you want. Then there's another good thing about this is clip to shape. Now you might be wondering that you're not seeing anything here, but let me add drop shadow now. And then this is my drop shadow. And then I make it something like this, right? And then I make it spread. Um, Let me put this thing in a section. Can you see the difference now? Can you see the particles? Because I did this thing clip to shape. That's why you cannot see it outside. Can you see I removed my drop shadow now? But if I remove this clip to shape, you can see it is like this. But like this is here. But when you already have a shadow, what's a shadow? Shadow shows you something that is being like something that is behind you. That's the work of a shadow. So yeah, the shadow is already telling you that there is still something there and you can still use it. So you see that every effect has its purpose depending on whatever you want to use it for. So what we can control, it's still the same size, control how large it appears, radius, determine how much of the edges of the shape are softened or distressed. Clip the shape, still explain, ensures that texture stays inside the boundaries of a shape. So we have glass effect. Glass effect is an effect in Figma that makes an element look like frosted or translucent glass placed over a colorful background. Okay, still the same way I showed you for what's it called? Still the same way I showed you when you were using background, but glass effect does not support shapes. It doesn't support shapes. So let's do a glass effect tutorial. Let's do a glass effect tutorial. So maybe something like this and I. And then I come here to my effect. Remember by default drop shadow shows for you and I come to my effect. Can you see? So you can decide to show however you want the effect lighting to be. You can increase it, you can reduce it, you can even turn it off completely. However you want it to be, the refraction, the depthness of the glass effect. So however you choose to make it, just flex around it. It's still on beta stage, but yeah, it's still on use and you can still use it to achieve your glass effect. Okay. So we have come to the end of module 3 and replicate the use of all Figma effects as done by your instructor, which is me. So try as much as possible to replicate them and know that you understand them better. So see you next time and